Press wireless controller right button to open chat. 2 of 1. 6 of 9. 6 of 9. 5. 5 up. Player view. Ficlegraph 8347 scored. Revengtham died in the void. Egress chart 63 scored. Samster 5620 play thought they could survive. 2. 1 up. Tailrings thought they could survive in the void while escaping Revengtham. Erratic 05835 scored. Egress chart 63 scored. Erratic 05835 thought they could survive in the void. Samster 5620 play thought they could survive in the void while escaping Revengtham. Honorary tank died in the void while escaping Revengtham. You may only break blocks placed by players. You may only break blocks placed by players. Ficlegraph 8347 scored. You may only break blocks placed by players. Tailrings thought they could survive in the void. Ficlegraph 8347 scored. Platonic squad 38 scored. Samster 5620 play scored. Erratic 05835 died in the void while it. Normal. Player view. Honorary tank left your game 9/10. Blockless Bridges is starting in 5 seconds. Blockless Bridges is starting in 4 seconds. Blockless Bridges is starting in 3 seconds. Blockless Bridges is starting in 2 seconds. Blockless Bridges is starting in 1 second. Let the games begin. Selected normal. Selected due to no votes. Samster 5620 play died in the void while escaping Revengtham. Erratic 05835 died in the void while escaping Revengtham. Platonic squad 38 died in the void while escaping Tailrings. Snapping Dream 13 thought they could survive in the void. Kimori 7A thought they could survive in the void while escaping Tailrings. Tailrings died in the void while escaping Egress chart 623. Pointero 1083 died in the void while escaping Ficlegraph 8347. Ficlegraph 8347 died in the void while escaping Egress chart 623. Egress chart 63 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Samster 5620 play. Pointero 1083 died in the void. Erratic 05835 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Platonic squad 38. Samster 5620 play thought they could survive in the void while escaping Platonic squad 38. Tailrings was slain by Egress chart 63. Snapping Dream 13 scored. Platonic squad 38 picked up a jump power up. Ficlegraph 8347 scored. Kimori 7A died in the void while escaping Erratic 05835. Platonic squad 38 thought they could survive in the void. Samster 5620 play thought they could survive in the void while escaping Revengtham. Erratic 05835 died in the void while escaping Revengtham. Tailrings died in the void while escaping Revengtham. Ficlegraph 8347 scored. Snapping Dream 13 scored. Kimori 7A was slain by Erratic 05835. Pointero 1083 burned to death while fighting Ficlegraph 8347. Erratic 05835 thought they could swim in lava. Platonic squad 38 thought they could survive in the void. Egress chart 63 scored. Revengtham scored. Samster 5620 play thought they could survive in the void. Platonic squad 38 died in the void while escaping Samster 5620 play. Snapping Dream 13 thought they could survive in the void while escaping egress. Chart 63. Tailing thought they could survive in the void while escaping egress. Chart 63. Ficlegraph 8347 was slain by egress. Chart 63. You may only break blocks placed by players. Arctic 05835 scored. Kimori 7A picked up a jump power up. Myth Matthew died in the void while escaping Samster 5620 play. Tailrings thought they could survive in the void. Platonic Squid 38 thought they could survive in the void. Kimori 7A thought they could survive in the void while escaping Arctic 05835. Egress Chart 63 scored. Ficlegraph 8347 died in the void. Snapping Dream 13 died in the void while escaping Revenge Thim. Tailrings died in the void. Arctic 05835 died in the void while escaping Egress Chart 63. Egress Chart 63 picked up a haste power up. Snapping Dream 13 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Revenge Thim. Ficlegraph 8347 scored. Kimori 7A scored. Platonic Squid 38 picked up a jump power up. Samster 5620 play was slain by Egress Chart 63. Platonic Squid 38 died in the void. Myth Matthew scored. Revenge Thim died in the void while escaping Samster 5620 play. Tailrings picked up a strength power up. Egress Chart 63 scored. Snapping Dream 13 scored. Kimori 7A died in the void while escaping Arctic 05835. Ficlegraph 8347 scored. Samster 5620 play scored. Platonic Squid 38 scored. Myth Matthew scored. Arctic 05835 was slain by Egress Chart 63. Player view. Game found. Sending you 101S0. Rogue Tadpole 107 scored. Not some 8249 thought they could survive in the void while escaping 7 Letus 124. Interact with our community on our forums. CubeCraftNet, introduce yourself, make suggestions and read up on what our community are up to. Spaceman 9252 picked up a speed power up. Ral 24098 scored. JKEKINGMC scored. Autumn Earth 7125 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Spaceman 9252. Rogue Tadpole 107 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Quebec 1186573. Ral 24098 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Quebec 1186573. Spaceman 9252 scored. 7 Letus 124 scored. Platonic Squid 38 scored. Quebec 1186573 was slain by Autumn Earth 7125. Ficlegraph 8347 scored. Ral 24098 picked up a speed power up. Spaceman 9252 thought they could survive in the void while escaping 7 Letus 124. Platonic Squid 38 died in the void while escaping Autumn Earth 7125. Ral 24098 scored. Rogue Tadpole 107 scored. Quebec 1186573 thought they could survive in the void while escaping 7 Letus 124. Platonic Squid 38 picked up a haste power up. Spaceman 9252 died in the void while escaping 7 Letus 124. Autumn Earth 7125 thought they could survive in the void. Ficlegraph 8347 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Autumn Earth 7125. Platonic Squid 38 thought they could survive in the void while escaping 7 Letus 124. Ral 24098 scored. Rogue Tadpole 107 picked up a strength power up. Iron. Iron Soul, player view, Spaceman 9252 score, Q-Vector 1186573 score, Vitrolling Mike score, JKEKINGMZ was murdered by Vitrolling Mike, Cyclograph 8347 score, Platonic score 38 died in the void. Vitrolling Mike thought they could survive in the void while escaping their bogey. Vitrolling Mike accidentally tripped their bogey into the void. Spaceman 9252 scored. Apollo 3K died in the void while escaping the Telegraph 8347. Platonic Squad 38 died in the void while escaping on Earth 7125. Rogue Tadpole 107 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Spaceman 9252. Apollo 3K died in the void. Vitrolling Mike was slain by Airbo Boggy. Airbo Boggy thought they could survive in the void. Spaceman 9252 scored. JKEKINGMZ scored. Cyclograph 8347 died in the void. Quebec 1186573 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Cyclograph 8347. Vitrolling Mike blew out on Earth 7125 into the void. Apollo 3K thought they could survive in the void. Vitrolling Mike pushed JKEKINGMZ into the void. Vitrolling Mike died in the void while escaping Cyclograph 8347. Spaceman 9252 scored. Cyclograph 8347 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Platonic Squad 38. Rogue Tadpole 107 died in the void while escaping Airbo Boggy. Airbo Boggy died in the void while escaping Apollo 3K. Platonic Squad 38 thought they could. Cyclograph player view. Spaceman 9252 died in the void while escaping Vitrolling Mike. Airbo Boggy scored. 5 Vitrolling Mike scored. Platonic Squad 38 thought they could survive in the void while escaping JKEKINGMZ. JKEKINGMZ died in the void. Cyclograph 8347 picked up a haste power-up. Cyclograph 8347 died in the void. Apollo 3K was slain by JKEKINGMZ. Airbo Boggy died in the void while escaping Quebec 1186573. Spaceman 9252 scored. Quebec 1186573 was slain by Autumn Earth 7125. Vitrolling Mike scored. Cyclograph 8347 was ticked to death by Vitrolling Mike. Autumn Earth 7125 thought they could survive in the void. Airbo Boggy scored. Spaceman 9252 scored. Platonic Squad 38 scored. Cyclograph 8347 died in the void. Quebec 1186573 died in the void while escaping Spaceman 9252. Vitrolling Mike was slain by Cyclograph 8347. JKEKINGMZ scored. Rogue Tadpole 107 was slain by JKEKINGMZ. Vitrolling Mike showed Spaceman 9252 their karate skills. Airbo Boggy scored. Cyclograph 8347 died in the void. Apollo 3K was slain by Autumn Earth 7125. JKEKINGMZ scored. Vitrolling Mike thought they could survive in the void. Quebec 1186573 died in the void while escaping Cyclograph 8347. Spaceman 9252 scored. Autumn Earth 7125 was slain by Apollo 3K. JKEKINGMT thought they could survive in the void. Top players red, Vitrolimac blue, Spaceman 9252. Game length, 5 minutes, 15 seconds. Kills, 1. Deaths, 5. KD, 0.2. Hit entries, 1. Class, Platonic Squid 38 joined your game 2/10. Class, Quebec 1186573 joined your game 3/10. Class, Vitrolimac joined your game 4/10. Class, Rogue Tadpole 107 joined your game 5/10. Class, Autumn Earth 7125 joined your game 6/10. Class, Apo 3K joined your game 7/10. Class, Ficlegraph 8347 joined your game 8/10. Class, Spaceman 9252 joined your game 9/10. Vitrolimac left your game 8/10. Clockwise Bridges is starting in 1 minute. Class, the Marking 164 joined your game 9/10. Server is now full, game starting in 10 seconds. Class, Nuclear Cat 672 joined your game 10/10. Clockwise Bridges is starting in 5 seconds. Clockwise Bridges is starting in 4 seconds. Autumn Earth 7125 left your game 9/10. Clockwise Bridges is starting in 3 seconds. Clockwise Bridges is starting in 2 seconds. Clockwise Bridges is starting in 1 second. Let the games begin. Selected normal. Selected due to no votes. Spaceman 9252 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Quebec at 1186573. Mystic 7 thought they could survive in the void. Starvader 99 thought they could survive in the void. Rogue Tadpole 107 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Apo 3K. Ficlegraph 8347 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Airbo Boggy. Airbo Boggy thought they could survive in the void while escaping Ficlegraph 8347. Apo 3K scored. Quebec 1186573 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Spaceman 9252. Rogue Tadpole 107 died in the void while escaping Starvader 99. Starvader 99 thought they could survive in the void. Apo 3K was slain by Quebec at 1186573. Ficlegraph 8347 scored. Spaceman 9252 scored. TECHNOXJ was slain by Marking 164. Starvader 99 was slain by Rogue Tadpole 107. Ficlegraph 8347 scored. Interested in becoming a helper? Take a look at our applications at cbecrftnet/staff. Rogue Tadpole 107 was slain by Apo 3K. Spaceman 9252 scored. Platonic Squid 38 thought they could survive in the void. Airbo Boggy died in the void while escaping Ficlegraph 8347. Ficlegraph 8347 thought they could survive in the void. TECHNOXJ scored. King Benjamin 909 thought they could survive in the void. Spaceman 9252 scored. Rogue Tadpole 107 died in the void. Airbo Boggy scored. Apo 3K scored. Platonic Squid 38 thought they could survive in the void while escaping King Benjamin 909. Ficlegraph 8347 scored. The Marking 164 died in the void. Apo 3K thought they could survive in the void. Spaceman 9252 scored. Airbo Boggy thought they could survive in the void. TECHNOXJ scored. Platonic Squid 38 was slain by King Benjamin 909. Ficlegraph 8347 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Rogue Tadpole 107. The marking 164 scored. Angwin Friend 5 died in the void while escaping King Benjamin 909. Spaceman 9252 scored. King Benjamin 909 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Animal Grain 46. Apple 3K scored. Rogue Tadpole 107 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Spaceman 9252. Spaceman 9252 died in the void while escaping Platonic Squid 38. Platonic Squid 38 scored. TECHNOXJ scored. Spaceman 9252 thought they could swim in lava. The marking 164 scored. Ficlegraph 8347 scored. Apple 3K scored. Ficlegraph 8347 scored. Platonic Squid 38 died in the void. Spaceman 9252 scored. Rogue Tadpole 107 was slain by TECHNOXJ. Apple 3K scored. The marking 164 scored. Angwin Friend 5 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Starvator 99. Starvator 99 died in the void. Spaceman 9252 scored. Animal Grain 46 scored. Ficlegraph 8347 scored. Apple 3K scored. TECHNOXJ scored. Spaceman 9252 scored. Rogue Tadpole 107 scored. Platonic Squid 38 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Starvator 99. The marking 164 scored. Animal Grain 46 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Ficlegraph 8347. Spaceman 9252 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Caleb 1323. Caleb 1323 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Ficlegraph 8347. Blue won the game. Top players red, the marking 164 blue, Spaceman 92.